Hi all. Today let's proceed with our jump statements in Java. So what are jump statements in Java? Basically the name itself is suggesting jump statements are used to transfer control from one part of the program to another. In simple words, if I'll say they help Java if you want to stop execution at a particular point of time, or if you want to skip a particular iteration, or if you want to move control somewhere else in the code, then you need to use jump statements. Now you must be remembering we have seen in previous video about break and continue keyword. So what does they doing? Break was moving the stopping the control and like stopping the execution of the loop for loop, and our code control was coming out of the for loop. Whereas continue, what it was doing, it was skipping a particular iteration. And if loop, remember we gave condition if I equals to 5, in that condition we said continue, so it didn't print 5 on the screen on console when we were printing 1 to 10 values, right? Remember? So they change the normal flow of the program. That is why they are called jump statements. Why do we need jump statements? Because sometimes we want to stop loop immediately, or if we want to skip a particular iteration, or if we want to exit a particular method, or to move program control quickly, then we use control these jump statements. Without jump statements, program control become difficult. So these are very important if you want to control your program in such a manner, somewhere you want to stop a loop immediately, or somewhere you want to skip a particular iteration, or somewhere you want to exit a method. So we have three types of jump statements: break, continue, and return. These are very important as part of interview. So uh, be attentive here. What does break statement means? It is used to stop a loop or switch immediately. In simple word, break says stop here and come out immediately. For example, I'll just give you an example for the break statement, what we did that day also. If you are writing a for loop or you are printing a values, for example, for int I equals to 1, I less than equals to 5, I plus plus. If you say system dot out dot println I, and you close this, you know the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what if in this you gave here a condition, that is if I equals to 5, then in that case break. What does this mean? It will stop the execution at 5. It won't print 5. It will give output till 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Or instead of writing this, what you did, you gave a condition if I equals to 3, then continue. You know the output, right? Output will be 1, 2, it will skip 3 and 4 and 5. This will be the output, right? So with these, I think you remember what we did in previous videos. So let's proceed with our PPT now. Just a second. Hmm. This is our PPT. So the syntax, you know, it's just a break. This example we have seen, if I equals to 5, break, and it will not print 5, right? This we have seen already. Now break example in switch. In switch, break is really very important when you are writing switch statement. For example, you have int today equals to 2, right? So it will match the case with case 1, it's matching, no. With case 2, it's matching. So it will print Tuesday. But what if it will not have break here and it will have multiple case 3, 4, 5, 7. So it will print all the cases after it, because it here it got matched with case 2. It won't match any other case and it will print everything after it if we don't use break. So this is really important. Don't forget to write break here after every case. Otherwise, if you will not use this break statement, and if your compiler found that yes, I was searching for day 2 and it found it's day 2, it will print the whatever code part was there in case 2 and whatever there in case 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it will print all of those. So to prevent the wrong output, you always put break statement in switch cases. Without break, switch may continue to next case. And this condition we have already seen. This is called fall through. This we have already covered in our previous videos. So next is continue statement is to skip a current iteration of a loop. As we have seen in that example, if I equals to 3, we were doing continue. So it was not giving us 3 as the in the console, it was just printing 1, 2, 4, and 5. Continue says skip this round and go to next round. This is the syntax of continue. Now, what is the difference between break and continue? Break is used to stop entire loop, whereas continue is used to skip only one iteration. Break ends the loop, whereas continue loop continues, but a particular iteration is skipped. Okay, so this is very important for interview. Always remember this. Now, the last jump statement is return statement. This is to exit a method. If you want to come out of a method, you use return statement. Sometimes it also returns a value. In simple word, we use this return keyword and it says method finished and you can go back and whatever things you are doing, you can do. Sometimes you can return it this way, or sometimes you return a value and you can write any value. For example, this is a method. We will cover methods in next video, topic method. You will then understand what is this add and this round braces after it. This is a method which we have created and it is returning a value 10. So this is what here it says this method is ending. And how do we know we will return integer only? Because here we have specified int. So we will be returning int only. Okay. Now return without value. It is used in void methods. Okay. Like previously we had int, so we were returning a value 10. Now we have void. It means it won't return anything. We just write return and it means it is ending the method. Just this is the end of a method. Now, this is the example of jump statement in which we have a for loop. We are trying to print a value from 1 to 5. But whenever we are encountering 3, we are skipping that iteration with continue. And when we are encountering 5, we are coming out of the loop because we don't want to print anything. We are breaking our code flow here only. So it will print 1, 2, and 4. 3 is skipped because of continue, and 5 is not coming because of break statement. So the output will be 1, 2, and 4. Now real life examples. This way you can easily understand what does I mean by all these three jump statements. Suppose you are studying. You take a break. Teacher says stop now, then you take a break and you stop completely. That is the break statement, right? And continue. If teacher says skip this question and move to next question, you continue working on next question. That is continue. And return, teacher says class is over, go home, and you leave completely, right? You go out of the method or out of the class. That is what return statement means, right? Now, common mistakes that students make are sometimes they get confused with break and continue statements. So break is just to stop the loop and continue is to skip one iteration or one round only. Okay, don't forget to use break and switch statement, otherwise you will face the conditions of fall through. Another thing is sometimes people write code after return. That is wrong. It will compiler will throw error. You can't write any code part after the return statement because this part will become unreachable and it will give us the error unreachable code error because this method has already been ended. Now last super short revision for this lecture is jump statements control norm change the normal flow or control the flow of the program. There are three types of jump statement: break, continue, and return. Break means stop the loop and it is mainly used in switch statements. Continue is to skip a particular iteration. Return is to exit from a method. Break and switch prevents fall through. If we want to use break and switch, then fall through conditions will appear. Code after return causes error. So always remember, once you write the return statement, it means this is the end of the method. You cannot write any code part after that because it will become unreachable. Now, one last line definition for jump statements is that they are used to transfer program control from one part of the code to another. So this was all about our this video. We'll see next topic in next video. Thanks all. Bye bye.